You know, ever since I can remember, I've had memories, and some of those memories involve me playing Pokemon. And I remember imagining if Pokemon were real, and how goddamn magical it would be. But when you think about it, you know, if Pokemon were real, we'd be fucked. We're only humans, we're just really shit machokes at best. And they have guns and swords and more guns! Ugh! If they were real, they would run this world. They'd probably be catching us. So I thought about 10 species of Pokemon that could potentially take over the world. In some particular order. Not exact order, but some. And no legends, because that's pretty damn unfair. I mean, come on, Mewtwo could overthrow the world by cloning an army again, even though that army would have nothing on my $1 million military. Groudon could drought the world until it looks like Pandora. Kyogre could flood everything, and Arceus could delete System 32. And then the video becomes top 10 best legendaries. An entirely different subject altogether, but an entirely overdone subject altogether that I'm probably never gonna bother with unless I really feel like it. World Takeover! First up, Electrode. Explode them whenever they want to and it doesn't even faze them. They don't even break a sweat. I mean, they break everything, but not a sweat. They don't die from the explosion though. Oh no, it's not that easy. They explode and come back stronger, like a true Saiyan. It's like a Saiyan in the form of an eyebrow-raising Dragon Ball. Except the only wish this Dragon Ball grants is death. So in large numbers, they can destroy everything. Its ability to explode and cause damage is just as good as its ability to raise its eyebrows. Why does it have eyebrows and why does it raise them so? Fuck it, who gives a shit? It's like The Rock, but much more electrifying! It's the most electrifying Pokemon in all of entertainment! And it takes the slightest thing to set them off. I mean, you could scratch your nuts and somewhere in the world an Electrode would explode as if your testicles are Electro voodoo dolls or some shit. And they explode to amuse themselves. Is this how you get your sick kicks? Your sick, non-existent leg kicks? And for damn good reason, it gained the title of the Bomb Ball. I mean, it's a ball. And it bombs? Who names it this anyway? If ever there were a time to say some generic joke about Captain Obvious striking, it'd probably be now. That's like calling Hitmonlee
the guy that kicks hard. Oh, so very hard. Oh, jeez. Well, technically, Hitmonlee is known as the kicking master.
Okay, that one sounds pretty cool, I guess. Where was I? Oh yeah, Electrode. It's a bomb that balls. I mean, shit. Muck. 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 Now you look at me and tell me one thing. What in the hell would you do to stop these things? They're giant blobs that could probably give you every disease going. I know the tagline has gotta catch 'em all, but come on! It's a blob of AIDS. And not the good kind of AIDS to give you running shoes. And it lives from stuff that's just thrown onto the street, so there's bound to be a few syringes inside of them somewhere. They don't even have to poison us. They can just destroy the environment. Muck is the true source of global warming. Holy shit. Get Al Gore on the phone. Fucking screw Man Bear Pig. Tell him something's a muck. I mean, it's so toxic, even its footprints contain poison. It doesn't even have foots to make the prints! Okay, I guess it has to leave some kind of trail behind it, but there's no way that the footprints. Which only leaves one option. Their ass prints. Ass prints! Our entire race could be wiped out by this thing's ass. That would be a real asinine situation. Well, it would. Number 8. Alakazam. With its psychic abilities and IQ of 5,000, Alakazam is untouchable. Its brain cells constantly multiply, so it remembers everything. It remembers everything. Yeah, especially that one time you said his Mega Evolution has a stupid bid. Fuck you! Fuck this! Next segment! Number 7. Dusclops. You know why Dusclops would be unstoppable? Not just because it's a ghost that we can't hear. More because when its mouth opens, it sucks in everything like a black hole. So what you telling me is, this guy right here, this Rayman motherfucker is Kirby. It's fucking Kirby. Kirby on his own could take over the world, but Dusclops is near enough invincible. You can't hit it, because it's a ghost. It just goes through. With Kirby, you could at least just run up to him and try and kick the shit out of him. All you have to do is look in its eye and you're sucked into the void. It doesn't steal your powers. but I think being close to invincible is a good enough power as it is. This thing could take us all into the void. Everyone would be screwed. Unless the void is some hipster name for a stupid nightclub, and we all get transported into a never-ending rave. Dusk Noir is stronger by far, but at least I can look it in the eye without being sucked into this void. Wait, could we just use mirrors? Number 6, Gengar. Well, first off, it's a ghost, so, like I said, it just goes through. But wait! Couldn't every ghost type take over the world because of this? And what makes it more dangerous than the walking black hole that is Ghost Kirby? Well, Gengar can steal life. Yeah, it just fucking steals it. Like, yoink! You know? There's no void, no hipster nightclubs, no never-ending raves. Just death. Number 5, Rotom. Remember when I said Electrode was the most electrifying Pokemon in all of entertainment? I lied. You thought Electrode was electrifying. You thought the Rock was electrifying. Well, Rotom is the embodiment of electrifying. It doesn't have any eyebrows to raise, but its entire body is made up of plasma. It is known to infiltrate electronic devices and wreak havoc. You know what that could mean? Machine uprising! In this day and age, if you can control electricity, you can control the world. They could probably control electrodes as well. Number 4, Agron. Agron claims an entire mountain as its own territory. It mercilessly beats up anything that violates its environment. Good God! If by environment you mean entire world, then shit, I don't know what the fuck we'd do. What would we have to stop it? Weapons? Artillery? Kimbo Slice? How about tanks? Tanks. That's cute. And Agron. What do they have? I don't know. What do they need? They are tanks. Tanks that can learn Hyper Beam. I mean, come on. We can't compete with that. We can't compete with something so tough that it eats iron. No, really, it does. If that ain't the manliest shit I ever heard. It could just lift the tanks, and then sling the fuckers down its mouth like a fucking Big Mac. With all the iron it eats, bench pressing this thing would mean you'd be lifting more iron than Ronnie Coleman has lifted in his entire life. I thought the iron thing tops us off, but then I noticed its ability is heavy metal. Now that's fucking metal. It's a steel type, it eats iron, and it weighs in at damn near 800 pounds of 50% metal and 50% rock! The only way it could be any more metal is if it had a flying V and a giant devil horns. Oh, it even has those. Number 3, Tyranitar. Well, first of all, it can crush mountains with one hand. And second of all, its body can't be hurt by any sort of attack. Expect me to say something else? Its body is most certainly ready. What more could be said? With all the transformation abilities of Ditto, the possibilities are endless. It has the potential to do anything. Ditto could easily take over the world. Here's just an example of the possible game plan to overthrow the world. Step 1. Transform into Ronnie Coleman. Step 2. Try to make history by bench pressing an Agron. Step 3. Transform into Agron. Step 4. Eat some iron. Nothing but rock hard defense gains, son. Step 5. Kill the president. Step 6. Transform into the president. Step 7. Become the president. Then the power is in the hands of the Ditto, and their reign of terror would begin. You can't trust anyone. You never know when they could be a Ditto. In groups, loads of them could be working together. It only takes one Ditto in each country to overthrow their leader for them to have complete power of the world. Or they could just do it the not complicated way and stop at step 3 and just overthrow the world as an Agron. Or they could transform into this next being. Number 1, Metagross.
But Ditto can transform into Metagross.
Ditto transformations aren't permanent, son! This is the real deal!
Ooh, yeah!
Metagross is a combination of all the most dangerous Pokemon. Let's see what it has. The iron body of Agron. You've got it. The body readiness of Tyranitar. Hell yeah! The psychic abilities of Alakazam. You bet your sweet ass it does. And it can fly? You're goddamn right it can fly. Well, float. but close enough. And let's not forget about that intelligence. It has 4 brains. Metagross has the intelligence to cure every disease known to man, but it won't. He'll use that intelligence to kill you in the most painful way imaginable. They can destroy everything while being near enough invincible. Gengar and Dusclops are more invincible, but they can't tear shit up like a Metagross can. On a scale of invincibility to tearing shit up ability, Metagross is much higher than the rest of them. And that's why he is top dollar. Fear not, fellow Federation Force fanatics! Samus will be appearing in the game, reprising her role in Super Smash Bros. As a collectible sticker, after purchasing Smash Bros. 4 as well as Samus and Zero Suit Samus amiibo figurines.